Good day, friends. It is me, HLModTech, and this is the Anet ET4x. We assembled it yesterday, my friends. It's time to get through some first steps, so let's get cracking. Alrighty, friends, so first things first, of course, let's power it on. Let's see what we get with the display. Alright, so the first thing I like to do is test the moving. There we've got X selected. I'm going to go 10 millimeters, and you can see that X is moving just like we'd expect. Minus is the other way. It sounds smooth. Let's switch to Y. Like the touch screen. There's forward, backwards, so I'm happy with that. Let's check Z. Let's go down because we're already quite high. There we go. Let's quickly hit the home button and see how it can handle that. And so far, so good. Alright, friends, before we go any further, let's do that bed leveling thing. If you hit set and then level, let's see what happens when we do manual and see how it works. Alright, so it is moving to home. I've got a little piece of paper that I'm going to slide underneath. It's a little snug, so I'm going to tighten it a little just so that it can go underneath. Man, for guessing, that is pretty dang crazy to have it that good. I just tapped the number 1 on that screen, and it's going over to the front corner. Let's see how close we are here. Not quite underneath, so I'll tighten it just a couple turns. Right there it went under, so I'm going to just come back a little bit so I've got a little friction. Let's hit number 4, go to the back. That one is actually a little loose, so I'm going to raise the bed by turning it to the left. I always print a little thing that helps me remember that. Right there, it actually quit going. Right there, I get that nice friction sound I like. Let's go to number 2, which is all the way to the front corner. This one actually made contact. I got to see the glass actually press in. So I'm going to tighten it up a little bit to lower it. There we go, I'm underneath. There's my friction sound I like. And lastly, let's go back to number 3. Pretty loose. So let's raise it up. Sorry about the sound of the dog playing upstairs. There we go. And that friction sound that I like. Alright, I'm going to hit manual again. See what it looks like when it gets to the middle. She is not the quietest printer I own, that is for sure. And I can work with that. A little bit of friction sound, we're good to go. So let's get that first print rolling. Alright, so she moves like she's supposed to. Let's see how well she heats up. This will be the hot end. If I just hit the plus, you can see it goes to 221. That'll be plenty hot for adding PLA. I've got a roll of PLA I can burn up as we test it. As you can see, she is going to get to 221 pretty doggone quick. I've got a little bit of PLA still on this roll that I'll try and burn through. Clip the end so that it's nice and sharp. Alright, so she is heated up. Filament is pushed in. You can actually see the paint going through. That was unbelievably easy. This is kind of funny. There's an arrow just in case you thought the filament went the other way. That makes me chuckle. And so I am manually pushing this through. Let's look down beneath, and as expected, we've got a little bit of white from when they did a test, and we've got the pink. So you can see over here, this is where the SD card reader is and the USB. We are going to connect this right now via SD card, and let's do my first print. We are also going to print on the glass. I'm not going to add the little bed mat. I like printing on glass, and maybe after we've done that, then we'll try their little bed mat. Alrighty friends, as you can see, I am in Cura 4.6. I've got the little SD card and the reader they gave me, and let's see if we can get this printer set up and get something printing. Alright friends, let's start with the SD card. First things first, there is a user's manual that was updated back in December. There is a set of software. They mentioned Repetier Host and Cura. I don't know what that is. I may check that out later. They have some print files. They give us a headband, and they give us a seal. Never printed an AMF file. I'll have to see what that is. And then they give us the parts list, and they give us the shield for COVID. That was 417, so obviously this was pretty quick. Oh, and that's what the headband is for as well. And then there is an installation instruction. Let's squeeze this down a little bit and turn on word wrap so that it's easier to read. Dear customer, when you are finished with assembly, you can start printing, but if you want to try extra modification, please be cautious. Any risk caused by modification will be undertaken by the user, so you break it, you've already bought it, and they will not be responsible. And also they say please adjust the voltage to your country for your power supply, which mine already was groovy. Alright, so I'm going to close that. I'm using 4.6.1. and we want to choose settings, printer, and then we want to add a printer. We're going to do non-networked, and if we scroll down to the custom, let's see what they have from Anet. The possible choices are all the way back to the A2, A8, and they do have the ET4x. So let's bring this in and see what it gives us. First things first, X, Y, Z all look good. Bed heated. Those numbers are fine. One extruder. Let's stretch this down so we can see very little start code. Ends with an M84. And it does have 1.75. So we are actually ready to print. Alright friends, so the first thing I always like to print is this tiny little centimeter cube. I've got a Dropbox folder called 3D Modeling, and I actually named it 1 cube with my initials so that way it's easier to find. It's always near the top of the list, and it comes in just a second. Now right now it's set at extra fine. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to move down and select my extra fast 0.3 millimeters. When these settings come in, it's going to be 0.3, 0.4 because that's our nozzle. Doubles that, so there's 2 walls, 1.2 for the top and bottom. I have no problem with that. Let's slide down to the temperature. 200's fine. I'm going to leave the build plate temperature at 60 for now. And I'm going to be fine with this print speed. I'll let that go as well. I don't do brim, I do skirt. I like 10 millimeters away, and I like 4 lines. So I can manually check how well the bed is level. If you ever cannot see any of these, remember if you type up here, so say I wanted to find the skirt settings, it will show them all and you can enable them to be seen so that there are more custom ones available. Do make sure you cancel that X out afterwards so that you get to see everything that you've got set up. So now I'm going to go down here. I'll make this so we can see it again. It's going to take approximately 6 minutes. I'm going to save it to the removable drive, and right there you can see the eject button so we can go see how it works on the printer. Alright friends, let's put the SD card in. Notice you do put it this side up. And let's move to the print icons. Notice it does have both listed, and I want that ET4 MDH. Hit the OK button. It's changing from 210 or from 221 all the way down to the 200 that we had, and you can see that bed is heating up quite quickly to get to 60C. Alright friends, so I sped this up of course so that it goes a little quicker for you to watch. I mean, it is just a cube being created. The first few lines as it was printing the skirt were not quite good, so I just adjusted the bed a tiny bit to get the adhesion that I want, and as you can see, this cute little cube is working like a champ. Unfortunately, you also get to see that I was moving this as we went, and that changed the focus until we're finally good at this point. Alrighty friends, so when the print ends, it does disable the stepper, so I was able to slide this forward. You can see there's our sweet little cube. I was able to just pull it off, and those are pretty decent results for 0.3mm layers. Alrighty friends, so hopefully this is what you needed so that you're successful with your first prints with the Anet ET4x. Friends, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a like. If you got a question, comment, or suggestion, add it down below. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button, and last but not least, hit that notification bell if you want to be the first to know when there's a brand new video from me, HLModTech. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.